Hi, you guys. My name is Vadim Nersesyan. I'm be your facilitator, instructor, professor for Math 96 this quarter. And I want to do a quick intro video of how the class is set up. So this video welcome tour from right the beginning, home, you'll see that you need to read the syllabus. Very important. This is the contract basically between me and you about class policies. There is an action item register for XYZ homework. I'm actually going to go into this one just to show you. And when you go in there, you'll see some directions. And then at the bottom, if you already have an XYZ account, go ahead and use that. If you, like, for instance, took Math 92 previously, then you can use that same account or create one. And you can buy the access code at the bookstore or here online. I believe the difference is 45 online, 50 at the bookstore. But this will give you access to the homework, to the tests. You need this. I believe you're given the first 2 weeks for free without an access code, and then you will need an access code for the rest of the quarter. So that's the first thing that you need to do. It's very important to get access to XYZ homework. Here's your first assignment, Action Introductions. I would like you guys to do this the following way. There's a link here on how to connect your Google Drive. You need to do this in order to complete this assignment. There's a video on how to navigate Google Docs. We're going to be using Google Docs in several of the discussions. And you need to find your name in one of three groups by going to People. Just read the directions. Pretty self-explanatory there. And then based on the group that you're in, you're actually going to click on one of these links. These three links connect to three groups that I have created. The way you can see this, even if you're in student view, go to People, go to Groups, and there's workbook activity groups. There's 1, 2, and 3. This is for my section 3861, so you can actually see which group you're in right now. And then by finding out which group you're in, you can go back to that activity, Action Introductions, and click on that link. If you're in group 1, click on this group 1. It'll take you to a Google Doc that you'll have to get to fill out. Please make sure that you fill out everything and read the directions carefully. That's how we're going to be doing some of the group discussions in our course by being in a group and answering exercises together in a group through a Google Doc. The groups are going to be the same throughout the entire quarter, so we're not going to change the groups. The only thing that will change is the leader, the person who's going to submit the assignment. So for this first assignment, this action, it's due Wednesday. I'll send a message through Canvas Messenger to one person in each group, asking them to submit the assignment. They're going to go ahead and click here, submit assignment, and then submit that Google Doc that they should have access to. So if I go into submit assignment, here there is this tab, Google Drive. That's not going to allow me to see this because I haven't connected as a student, but you will have. And you'll be able to choose the file that you guys have been working on as a group to submit, and so forth with all future group discussions. Hope that's clear. And again, just read the directions carefully. I'm going to leave. The next thing is how to enter in answers in XYZ homework. There's a resource there, a reference on how to view feedback in XYZ homework. There will be several situations, for instance, in the tests where you get to actually take a picture of your work that you're going to handwrite and submit it, and I get to look at it, hand grade it basically, give you points for it, and leave you some feedback if there's something, if there's any issues. And this is just a reference on how to view that feedback within XYZ homework. The optional textbook, that reference is right here. You can click on this and view the entire textbook for our class. The only two things that are required for you is the access code, again, which you can buy at the bookstore or online, and also the workbook activity packet that you must purchase. That has to do with all the group assignments that we're going to be doing. There's also a 96 schedule here that you can see basically when things are, where things are due and when you can potentially work on them. So like orientation is due And then there's obviously notes for what those are. LQ, lecture notes, lecture quiz 1 is due on Wednesday. Please follow along. These are the due dates. Print this out, and then you can do check marks. Okay, I'm done with this one. I'm on to the next one. That is the 096 schedule. And that's about it for the orientation. Making sure that you understand those. And here's how our weeks are going to go by. So there's several sections that we're going to be covered. Week 1 lecture notes, just in case you didn't get that book, or the workbook packet as well. The lecture notes, you can actually go to the back of your workbook packet and see those notes. As you're going to be watching the videos that are within these lectures, lecture 1.1, you're going to be taking notes on watching these videos right here. And after that, as soon as you're done, you're going to take a quiz. The quiz will be several questions about the notes that you've taken. So make sure you take very good notes. And the notes start on page 119 for section 1.1 in your activities workbook that you need to get from the bookstore. Okay, so that's how you're going to view the lectures and then the quizzes that are associated with each section from the quiz. Again, week 1 activities, just in case you don't have those, didn't get that, that's right here. And here's your first group work activity. The way it's going to work is there's a whole bunch of information. Please read it. It's very important. Here's a video on how to submit it. But essentially what you're going to do is there are assignments, exercises in each section of the workbook per section. So 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 for the first week. And you are going to go into whichever group you're in and choose 2 or 3. The directions will be specific exercises. It's not going to allow me to go in there right now. And put your name in one of the columns. Then put your work in another, the answer in the third, and then I have another column for my notes back to you, all in that Google Doc. You work through that Google Doc together. You need to do all of the exercises. Each student needs to do all of the exercises, even though you're only typing in 2 or 3 of the rows of the entire table. That is just to make sure that you check each other's work, make sure that you're submitting correct work in, and I'll go in and try to check in on Monday so that you guys can submit the correct answers. But only one person needs to submit that Google Doc. Again, at the top, that person will be notified by Canvas message every single week, and one person per the 3 groups. I will submit that. You will submit that one person will submit that one assignment only once for the entire group, and I'll grade it going through, and each person is going to get points for the work that they did in that Google Doc. That's a lot, but hopefully that makes sense. You're going to fill out a table within a Google Doc, putting in your work, showing your work using math type within the Google Doc for the activities in each section. Gotta go back again to home, continue. So if you have questions and answers, here's the discussion here. You need to fill them out, Q&A week 1. So by Saturday evening, by Monday evening, ask a question pertaining to this week's topics. You must ask one and then answer someone else's question in detail. Q&A discussion there, 10 points. And then your homework. Once you have it connected to XYZ, your homework will be within Canvas. I don't think that, maybe it will, yeah, I need to log in as a student. I don't have that logged in, but it will show up right here, all of the exercises, and you'll be able to see those. In fact, I think I'm done being in student view so that I can show you what those actually will look like. Yeah. There will be extra discussions, as you will see in the syllabus, per week after week 1. There will be study skills discussions and also real world applications discussions where I post 2 threads and then ask you to reply to those 2 threads looking for uh, real world applications of those concepts. So let me go out of student view and go into homework just to show you how that homework will look like. So if I go to like homework week 1.1, so you'll have those directions here, and right underneath here, you will see exercises, an exercise set. So 1.1 has 17 exercises. There's particular videos, you can reference the ebook. You will enter in your answers here, click the submit button, and you will get your points in your gradebook that way. Please keep in mind the due dates of those assignments, of the homework assignments. And I think that is it for the setup of the class. Again, if you have any questions, I would just ask me, of course, through Canvas Messenger. That's best bet, and I'll be able to get back to you within 1 or 2 days. And I really hope that you guys have a great quarter. Retain this information as long as possible to be successful throughout your future education and employment. And hope that you guys enjoy it. You should enjoy everything in life. I hope you guys have a great quarter, and I'll see you guys soon online.